Hi, I'm Jamie at the Bead Gallery, and today I wanted to give you a quick tip on changing the color of your bone beads. Now this is a feather that we've had for years. Two problems. One, the color is such a bright white and we wanted something more natural and organic. And two, it doesn't have a hole at the top. So in this video, we'll be covering what to do about two of those problems. The first thing is, let us make a cup of coffee, and while that is brewing, I'm going to take this and show you what happens after we put 1 small cup of coffee in here. So this is about 3 to 4 minutes of a color change, and this is overnight. So we have this, a couple minutes, and overnight. So you can stop the process, I suppose, anytime you want to. And here is the results that we really like.
I have this for comparison. This one was soaking overnight as well. And this one looks a little darker than the one that came out earlier, because it has more crevices for the coffee to stain. So that's nice.
Hi, it's Michelle from the Bead Gallery, and I'm going to show you how to turn this cute little coffee stained feather into a Southwest themed pendant. Okay, and we're going to use some leather and some waxed linen. This makes a great addition to any Southwest themed piece. Okay, but this feather right now doesn't have any hole. First thing I'm going to do is glue about 2 inches of this deerskin suede leather to the top of the feather. I'm going to use our gem tack glue that we carry in the store, but you can use any kind of craft glue. I do not recommend crazy glue or any of that kind of cyanoacrylate glues because they tend to dry very brittle. But anything that's white, tacky glue, Elmer's glue even, because it's just so that your leather will stay in place when you're binding over the top. Okay, so I just folded it over like this and I'm pressing it, and you can make this space over here as big as you will need it to go over your piece. Okay, and you can pinch it together, or you can get like a little clip and just clip it so that it can dry completely before we work on it anymore. That's step 1. I have a dried piece here, and now I'm ready to embellish the top with some waxed linen. It's dry, so it shouldn't come off, but you want to make it look a little more attractive, so we're going to put a different color cord over here, and it'll also help to keep that leather stuck onto the feather. So I need my waxed linen. And it really helps to have a big eye needle. That's this thing here. Basically, it's 2 pieces of flexible steel wire that's fused on each end, and then you can see there's like a big slit in the middle. That's what we want. So to get this waxed linen onto my feather, I'm going to make a bend in about 18 inches of waxed linen. I'm going to make a bend about 4 inches from one end, and I'm going to put it on my feather like this so that the short tail and the long tail are pointing in the same direction as the loop. I want to get my big eye needle on here as well. Okay, just kind of all next to each other. Then I'm going to ignore the short tail, and I'm going to wind the longer tail around the needle, the feather shaft, and the short tail. And this can go, and you kind of want to make your coils kind of nice, and it can go kind of as far down as you want it. I would say minimum 5 times around. Let's go a little bit longer. Like this. So we're making basically a little tunnel with our coil of wax linen. And I want to get this long tail through that tunnel back in the direction of the feather, and that's why we have this big eye needle here. Sometimes it's hard to get the big eye needle popped open enough so we can get our wax linen in there, so I'm going to use a round nose plier and attempt to pop open the needle, and I'm going to poke the tail in, you see, like this. Okay. And then I'm going to pull the big eye needle towards the feather. And you see how that tail goes down like that. And I'm going to pull the short tail upward towards the loop. And you're going to pull the 2 tails in opposite directions. Because one is going down towards the feather, that's the end that has my needle stuck on, and the short tail. And you can pull pretty tight. And this will tighten your coils, like this. Okay. That does 2 things. It's decorative, and it also helps to keep the leather bound to the bone feather. Once you feel that it's tight enough, we can just trim it, or if you want to embellish it further, we can tie a little knot, like a square knot. Just to get the 2 ends together, like this, and then we can embellish it with some beads on each string. And that will be your feather pendant. If you want any other ideas, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Bead Gallery. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.